他上一秒还在对你微笑，下一秒就能为你精心策划一场意外。那个在5年前把亲爹设计成杀人犯的恶童，被接到了安吉拉姑姑家抚养。时间一晃，6年过去，当初的反社会人格女孩已经长成了一个大姑娘，但她的性格和小时候依然没有区别，还是会对着镜子不断练习如何与人相处。她感受不到恐惧，也理解不了爱，清除障碍，优化生活是她唯一的生存法则。可以说，长大后的艾玛是儿时的增强版。在这几年的成长与学习中，她发现直接把看不顺眼的人杀死，虽然满足了一时的爽感，但后续会引来一系列的麻烦，所以这一步她会利用更多的外界手段达成目的。坏种2会告诉你，天生的坏种随着年龄的增长，只会更懂如何害人。那么故事开始，艾玛和小时候一样是学校里的尖子生，卧室里摆放着大大小小的荣誉。虽然此刻安琪拉姑姑已经有了家室，可爱的儿子凯德和爱她的丈夫罗伯特，但她依然没有把艾玛当成外人或者是单一的抚养关系。艾玛依旧是姑姑眼中骄傲，并且姑姑对艾玛的爱是丝毫不比艾玛的父亲少的。
I'm proud of us. I mean, look at us. We're complete. We're like one big happy family now.
凯德1岁不到，正是调皮的时候。最近他喜欢上了2件事，吃麦片和丢勺子。每当他把勺子扔在地上，罗伯特都会满眼宠爱的捡起来，再换一把新的给他。在吃早饭时，姑姑特意叮嘱了丈夫，要在凯德学会走路前修好泳池边的护栏，以免儿子在没人注意时爬进去。但夫妻俩对凯德正常的关心，却让艾玛觉得自己受到了冷落。吃完饭后，罗伯特顺口问了一句，有没有人看到过他的野营刀。
The black one, the carved handle.
We'll keep an eye out.
Gracias, princess.
夫妻俩早上亲近，不是被艾玛打断了吗？他俩趁那股劲儿还没过，蹑手蹑脚的往卧室走去。但下一秒，凯德又把勺子扔在了地上。
Emma, what's wrong with Cade?
If he threw a spoon, there's some new ones in the dishwasher.
其实我感觉罗伯特是有点介意艾玛住在这儿的，毕竟他想和妻子做些什么都不太方便，况且他和艾玛也没有血缘关系。虽然罗伯特没有当着艾玛的面表现出来过，但却在私底下给他联系了一个寄宿学校，只有到了周末才能回家。今天艾玛他们班迎来了一位新同学，叫凯特。奇怪的是，他刚落座后便开始紧紧地盯着艾玛，就好像他来这儿不是为了学习的，而是为了时刻监视艾玛一样。最近学校里正在筹备一个啦啦队长的竞选活动，女孩们都对这次选拔做足了准备，艾玛也不例外。但舞蹈这方面并不是艾玛的强项，老师给过她领舞的机会，可艾玛的表现却差强人意，动作僵硬不说，表情也不丰富。反而是艾玛的好友史蒂芬颇受老师的欣赏，是成为啦啦队队长的不二人选。但看过第1部的朋友应该都知道，只要是艾玛看上的东西，她就会想方设法的得到。这天，罗伯特在上网课时，凯德从儿童护栏中爬了出来，而艾玛目睹了这一切，却没有阻止。此刻客厅的玻璃门也不知被谁打开了，艾玛就眼睁睁地看着凯德朝着泳池爬去，她的嘴角露出一丝邪笑，就好像凯德的一举一动都在她的计划之中。
Cade!
What is the matter with you? You were supposed to be watching him.
I was watching him. I don't know what happened. The door was closed.
No, it was not closed. Jesus, do you realize what could have just happened?
Okay, let's just calm down. Are you okay, Dad?
No, I'm not going to calm down. This is why I wanted a fence around the pool.
艾玛此刻正躲在楼上看热闹，夫妻俩吵得越凶，她就越得意。可当姑姑抱着凯德愤怒地离开后，罗伯特却在泳池边上看到了一粒麦片，这是儿子近期最爱吃的东西。显而易见，凯德是被人故意引诱过来的，而这样做的目的就是为了引发夫妻2人的矛盾。因为凯特刚转校过来没有朋友，史蒂芬便让艾玛叫他过来一起吃饭，却被对方直接拒绝。凯特还意味深长地问艾玛，你不记得我了吗？另一边，罗伯特在帮艾玛收拾房间时，在他的抽屉里发现了自己丢失的野营刀，这让他更加坚定不能让艾玛继续留在这儿了。于是当艾玛放学回来后，姑姑便告诉他了2个好消息，一个是罗伯特托了关系，艾玛已经被寄宿学校录取了，下学期就可以直接转过去。虽然艾玛表面上不动声色地答应了，但她手中的橘子却遭了殃。第2个好消息，罗伯特说他找到了野营刀，他也没有明确地告诉妻子刀是在艾玛的房间找到的，而把这2件事放在一起说呢，更像是罗伯特在暗示艾玛，你的谎言和坏心思都被我发现了，如果不想让我把真相都说出来，最好听话转去寄宿学校。
Nothing but bluebirds all day long. Never saw the sun shining bright, never saw things going so right. noticing the days hurry by.
可艾玛从来都不是那种能被轻易威胁到的人，罗伯特的刻意针对让他心中的杀意再次沸腾，儿时犯下的罪孽在他脑海中一遍遍浮现。看来罗伯特的好日子是不多了。第二天在学校里，凯特有意地融入了艾玛的小团体，还告诉了他最好的2个朋友，自己和艾玛是来自同一所学校的。他以前的名字叫凯蒂，这个凯蒂就是在第1部中被艾玛故意撞倒后偷走手表的小姑娘。从那以后，他便对艾玛怀恨在心。更要命的是，他还知道艾玛做过的所有坏事，一直都在暗中观察她。当晚，夫妻2人在做饭时，凯德的哭声从2楼传了出来。于是姑姑便让罗伯特先盯着，他去照看一下儿子。可不知道是凑巧还是有人故意为之，姑姑前脚刚离开，罗伯特的电话便响了起来。他只能拜托艾玛先帮自己盯着油锅。可等罗伯特前脚刚走，艾玛直接朝着滚烫的油锅中倒入了大量清油，随后又把火开大。没一会儿，家中的烟雾报警器便响了起来。
Come on!
Robert! The fire extinguisher is under the sink. Emma, no, don't.
I thought you were supposed to be watching it.
I was watching it. I don't know what happened. I left it with Emma.
I had to go to the bathroom. I was gone for 2 seconds. It's not my fault.
Well, then whose fault is it?
Okay, quiet. Please, both of you. Should we just do takeout again?
Takeout's fine.
在艾玛的暗中作梗下，夫妻俩的矛盾再次升级。回到房间后，艾玛又到了1周1次的心理咨询时间。她告诉心理医生，姑父想把自己赶出这个家。心理医生立马意识到，又是艾玛做了什么让人无法接受的事。
And what is the proper response to a problem of our own making?
Solving it.
And you are good at solving problems, aren't you?
Yes, I'm very good at solving problems. Thank you, Dr. March.
听到了医生的劝解，艾玛又在镜子前一遍遍地练习起了向罗伯特道歉的语气。
Robert, I wanted to apologize. Uncle Robert, I just wanted to apologize.
等到第2天，他找到罗伯特，向对方展示了他练了1晚上的成果。
Uncle Robert, I just wanted to apologize for forgetting to give you back your knife. I found it next to all the pool equipment and it just slipped my mind to give it back to you. So, I'm sorry.
他还向罗伯特保证自己会去寄宿学校的，但艾玛的道歉从来都是真假参半的，这很容易让人放松警惕性。而罗伯特呢，看到侄女已经妥协了，也就没有再继续深究。当天晚上，史蒂芬家举办了睡衣派对，因为史蒂芬的妈妈觉得最近女孩们都在竞争啦啦队队长，搞得神经紧绷的，想着让他们放松一下。艾玛也说要参加。与此同时，罗伯特还在车库里修理车子，下一秒灯光瞬间熄灭。罗伯特还以为是断电了，并没有在意。就当他专注修理时，不远处突然传来了一阵脚步声。当晚的睡衣派对，艾玛最后才到。令人意想不到的是，史蒂芬的妈妈将一向孤僻的凯特也邀请了过来。同学起哄对凯特说，你和艾玛过去就认识，现在又转到同一所学校，也太有缘分了。但凯特却不想装作和艾玛一团和气。
We weren't really friends, though.
We weren't?
I mean, let's face it, you weren't really friends with anyone.
凯特甚至提出了当年艾玛偷走他手表的往事，还阴阳艾玛害死过人，二人间的火药味一触即发。同一时间，姑姑发现了受伤的丈夫，她急忙联系了史蒂芬的妈妈，让对方将艾玛带去医院。此刻罗伯特躺在病床上迟迟无法醒来，姑姑也不知道丈夫还能否康复。回到家后，艾玛径直来到罗伯特的房间，从抽屉中将野鹰刀取回，这意味着这一场明争暗斗他才是胜利者。而凯德没有了父亲的庇护后，艾玛心底的恶意逐渐显露。
Are we friends now? Hmm?
罗伯特在医院昏迷不醒的这段时间，艾玛成为了姑姑低谷时期的唯一慰藉。她在姑姑面前极力表现着，像是在用行动证明，你瞧，没有那个男人，我也可以把你和凯德照顾得很好。
'Cause we're Grossmans. That's what we do. We rise above and we make it work.
That's right.
将姑姑安顿好后，艾玛去车库清理血迹时， 他口中下意识吹出的口哨与罗伯特遇害时听到的一模一样。就在这时，一直追求艾玛的男孩内森打来电话，他得知了罗伯特住院的消息，特意送来安慰。刚挂了电话，艾玛便在网上搜索起了当一个男孩喜欢你时应该做什么。他在学习以后遇到内森时该如何伪装。艾玛大概是发现了内森有可利用的价值。另一边，罗伯特终于醒了，姑姑焦急地询问道是否还记得当时都发生了什么。于是罗伯特在纸上艰难地写下了艾玛的名字。明天就要竞选啦啦队队长了，艾玛在镜子前练习拉票的台词时，却突然被姑姑打断。姑姑兴冲冲地告诉她，罗伯特很快就可以出院了，她还要请一个护工专门来家里照顾他。但当艾玛询问姑姑，姑父还记不记得事发当时都看到了什么，姑姑却刻意隐瞒了罗伯特写下艾玛名字的事儿。
And you're the first person he asked about when he came to.
What did he say?
He asked if you were all right. He loves you, Honey Bear.
因为罗伯特也不能确定当时掠过的黑影是不是艾玛，姑姑这样说或许是在试探艾玛，当她听到罗伯特醒来后第一个提到的人是他，会不会紧张。
I need to go practice. Elections tomorrow.
因为在啦啦队队长竞选中，他的头号对手就是好友史蒂芬。艾玛也清楚他的舞台表现力不如对方，这几天的努力也没有什么显著的进步，所以如何才能100%的拿到啦啦队长的名额呢？那就是让史蒂芬无法参加明天的竞选。他全副武装后来到史蒂芬家不远处，将史蒂芬最爱的宠物狗狗强行拽到树林深处，随后掏出了那把野银刀。
Are we friends now?
第二天，同学们都在议论史蒂芬的事儿。艾玛装作毫不知情的样子，向他们打听发生了什么。
Somebody totally stole her dog out of her backyard last night, and this morning some jogger found it.
And?
It was dead, Emma, like chopped up and stabbed, and blood and guts everywhere.
That is so horror movie. Do they know who did it?
Some psychopath. The world's full of them. That's why there's so many podcasts.
在啦啦队队长选举中，老师遗憾地告诉众人，史蒂芬不能来参加了。但即使这样，仍然有很多人支持他。同学们觉得这不是史蒂芬的问题，是因为有人残杀了他的狗狗，而且史蒂芬一直都很努力。
Any opposed? Emma.
I just wanted to say that I agree with Lola. I think that we all do.
老师采纳了同学们的意见，他们可以为史蒂芬投票，其他想当队长的同学也可以上台竞争。老师说完后只有艾玛举起了手。
Floor's yours. I've been dancing with you girls for the past couple years now, and I just feel like we have so much fun together. I just really want to make sure that we make good memories together, because I want to be able to look back on them when we're all old and gray, I guess, and be able to say, damn, dance team was really sick.
就在这时，他注意到教室的角落，凯特一直在凝视着自己。他清楚，凯特大概是猜到了史蒂芬狗狗的死是他造成的。 但艾玛还是强装镇定地讲完了台词。当他下台后，凯特已经不见了。回到家后，姑姑告诉艾玛，罗伯特下周就可以回来住了，还叮嘱道下周也是他去寄宿学校面试的日子，却唯独忘了问艾玛竞选的结果。
Oh, how did it go?
Step 1, I am so happy for her.
Emma, do you want to talk about it?
No, I don't. Sorry, excuse me.
Emma.
回到卧室时，艾玛难以压制内心的愤怒。 为了发泄，他将塑料袋套在头上。很快，罗伯特就出院了。但当他时隔多日再见到艾玛时，没有愤怒，也没有怀疑。他在表面上还装作思念艾玛的样子，对那晚发生的事儿只字不提。可能是没有确凿的证据，罗伯特不想打草惊蛇。另一边，艾玛在学校里与内森见面的次数也越来越频繁。 看到凯特走来，他可以将内森支开，因为凯特对他来说算是个定时炸弹。他知晓艾玛曾经做过的一切。
So that's what now? 6?
6 what?
6 unfortunate coincidences. But the last one didn't really work out the way you wanted it to, did it? Steph still beat you. I know all about you.
Do tell.
Where should I start? With the housekeeper falling down the stairs, Milo drowning, Mrs. Ellis's car wreck, a babysitter burning to death, a dad getting shot, step-uncle getting crushed by a car, and now a dog getting chopped up in a park. Coincidences? Or a pattern?
凯特在艾玛身上做足了功课，但艾玛依然嘴硬地说 人出现意外是在所难免的，尤其是你这样的人。接着他一把撩起凯特的衣袖，讽刺他的自残行为。
I feel bad for you. You'll always be alone.
Maybe. At least I won't be you, kitty cat.
Hey! Hey!
Are you
Hey,
serious?
you can't just slap people. What the hell's wrong with you? You okay?
She's insane.
What's going on here?
She slapped me.
Nothing.
Cat. That's detention.
Piss off!
For a week!
Whatever!
随后艾玛被内森送去了医务室，当校医离开后，他偷摸取到了医药柜的钥匙，接着将治疗癫痫的急救药全部带走。由此可见，名正言顺地进入医务室才是他刺激凯特的目的。当晚回去后，他又将凯特欺负自己的事儿告诉了姑姑。看到宝贝侄女如此委屈，姑姑承诺这件事儿交给她来办。接着艾玛还告诉了姑姑，她在学校里交往了一个男生。
There's this boy.
Really?
He's cute. Wow. Sorry.
第二天一早，姑姑便向学校打去了电话。学校对暴力行为是零容忍的，凯特受到了严重的惩罚。与此同时，史蒂芬的妈妈也找了过来。她说现在史蒂芬的情况依然不乐观，还说那天有一个慢跑的人看到有人在遛他家的狗，他们家外部的监控也拍到了一点画面，但可惜没有凶手正面。他不能理解为什么有人会残忍到杀害一只无辜的动物。史蒂芬妈妈的这些话其实是有指向性的。
I could have sworn that it was a young woman in that footage. I'll send it to you. Yeah. But tell Emma congratulations on backup dance team captain. Steph said she was very sweet about it.
I will let her know.
在当天下午的物理考试上，艾玛望着刚刚恢复健康的史蒂芬，又萌生了一个坏心思。如果史蒂芬能回来上课，那他担任的替补队长也只是形同虚设了。于是艾玛偷偷拿出手机，向史蒂芬发去了一个文件。
Steph? Someone get the nurse. Steph, someone get the nurse. Oh my god. Call 911. He needs her med.
然而治疗癫痫的急救药早就被艾玛偷走了。另一边，姑姑打开了史蒂芬妈妈送来的录像，看到了对方口中那个年轻女孩。
Something happened at the school.
最终，史蒂芬因没有及时服用药物，延误了治疗，离开了这个世界。只有凯特知道，这一切都是拜艾玛所赐。当晚，姑姑来到艾玛的房间质问她究竟做了些什么，但艾玛还在装作若无其事的样子，因为她也不清楚现在姑姑知道了几件她做的坏事，她只能先装无辜，套出姑姑的话，再做应对。
Did you do something to your friend Stephanie?
She had a seizure. How could that have been my fault?
Her dog?
That wasn't me.
Emma, I saw you. I saw you on the
No,
ring
you
door.
didn't.
I did, Emma. This is your sweater.
No?
Stop lying to me. Tell me the truth. Emma,
Okay.
tell me.
God, okay, I'm sorry. All right, God, that... I let her dog out, okay? I wanted to be dance captain so bad. Stephanie, she makes me so angry. So I thought I wanted to hurt her and I let her dog out. I thought it was going to come back. I thought they would find it and I'm sorry. I promise I didn't hurt it. I swear.
Okay. It's okay.
艾玛还在撒谎，她和小时候一样，别人掌握了多少她作恶的证据，她就承认多少，但没有证据的部分，她依然会说假话。隔天，护工将罗伯特推到泳池边透气儿时，屋子里突然传出哐啷一声巨响。
What the hell?
罗伯特放药品的盒子不知被谁打落在了地上，画框也被摘了下来。护工前脚刚离开，下一秒艾玛就从屋子里走了出来，坐在了不远处的躺椅上玩起了手机，时不时还要看罗伯特两眼。这时护工走了过来，他拜托艾玛等会儿帮自己把罗伯特推进去，他现在得去收拾屋子。艾玛也是欣然地答应了。可护工刚走，他就和内森打起了电话。随着气温越来越低，罗伯特呼唤艾玛把他推进去。不知道二人是隔了多远，无论罗伯特怎么叫，艾玛就是听不见。但其实这里我们可以看见他的手机是没电的状态，他一直在装模作样，故意不理罗伯特。
Robert, what in God's name?
Robert, what are you doing?
What is happening
Ignoring
here?
me. I'm trying to.
No, I was finishing up a call. I'm sorry.
I can do it myself. See?
Robert.
See?
She was coming back to get you. You couldn't have waited a few more minutes.
Just get me inside. All right. So, what's his name?
Nathan.
可就当罗伯特刚转过身，他又听到了遇害时那段熟悉的口哨声。与此同时，姑姑也满脸凝重的在网上搜索起了大卫曾经也搜索过的一个问题：反社会人格的特征。这些特征也都和艾玛对应上了，并且这种人格是无法治愈的。这一刻，姑姑才终于体会到了哥哥当时的绝境。当家里只剩下艾玛和罗伯特时，二人也不用在对方面前装作和气了，基本上是正式宣战了。
You fool so many. But not me. I remember everything. I know it was you.
What are you gonna do about it?
I love my wife, and she loves you. So hurting you hurts her, and I don't want that. And I'm not going to say anything.
In exchange for what?
You will go to boarding school and leave the baby and us alone.
What if I don't want to do either of those things?
Well, then I'm going to tell the truth. And Angela will be hurt, but you will be hurt way more. No Ivy League. No happy life. No nothing. You will be locked away forever, completely alone. ¿Comprende?
Tío, entiendo claramente. Qué bueno que tuvimos esta conversación.
Te tengo en la mira, mejita.
遭到罗伯特威胁后，艾玛清楚不能再留着他了。第二天，姑姑要去拜访一位老朋友，但又担心罗伯特会在家里遭遇不测，于是她将一个装有摄像头的小熊玩偶放在了正对罗伯特的位置，有任何风吹草动，她都可以从手机里看到。却殊不知，艾玛也在等待着他离开家的机会。其实，姑姑这次拜访的朋友是当时为了保护艾玛射杀大卫的警察。警察呢，这些年一直深陷于愧疚之中，因为他明显看得出大卫很爱艾玛，而且大卫还说了一句让他记忆犹新的话。
He said, "There's something wrong with her. I need to protect her from herself." And that's it.
姑姑走后，艾玛来到了罗伯特的房间。她似乎察觉到了小熊玩偶另有玄机，将它调换了一个方向，随后又顺走了护工的手机，切断了姑姑与这里的所有联络。等护工下班后，他杀人的计划正式开始了。艾玛首先向凯特打去了一个认错的电话。
I really am a good person. Deep down.
Okay.
Just can't go on like this. If you come over, I promise I'll tell you everything.
Everything?
Everything. Please. I'm so tired of being alone. And plus, I really need to talk about Nathan. I really like him, and I don't know what to do about it. Maybe you could just give me advice or something, right?
Okay, Emma. But only if you tell me everything.
顺利邀请凯特过来后，他又连忙给内森打了个视频，说自己把凯特叫过来了，要把事情都说清楚。但他又补充道，凯特在这儿应该不会待太久，你想来的话，可以1个小时后过来找我。内森当然不会放过这个和艾玛独处的机会，一切进展都在艾玛的计划之中。没过一会儿，凯特就到了，艾玛为他端上了一杯热巧克力后，便开始讲述起了自己一次次使坏的经过。比如说，当时凯特之所以会爬向泳池边，是因为艾玛在沿路上放满了他最爱的麦片。那天晚上也是他偷偷潜入车库，放下千斤顶，导致罗伯特重伤。他还说出了自己偷拿急救药的经过，以及杀死狗狗的过程。
And Milo and Mrs. Ellis and your dad. Emma, your own dad.
He started it. How? Hot chocolate. How was it? By the way, don't spill on my rug. There it is. It's taking so long, I thought it might not work.
What did you give me?
everything. Literally.
接着，他拿起手机，故技重施。
Oh my god, please help me! My name is Emma Grossman. There's this girl, she's insane! I invited her over to come and have hot chocolate and she started a fire. She's attacking me. Please help me!
阴谋得逞后，他找出凯特藏在衣服里，准备录下自己最真的手机。
I'm a psycho. It's fun to say. Too bad no one will ever hear that. This is Levia, Milo, Mrs. Ellis, Chloe, my dad, Stephanie, and that ridiculous dog. You, Uncle Robert, you guys all just cause too much trouble. Don't mess with psychos.
嘲讽完凯特后，艾玛又在阁楼上放弃了凯特哭闹时的录音，故意吸引罗伯特爬上去。随后他来到厨房，将煤气灶的阀门开到最大，又在房间里洒满了大量汽油。大功告成后，再将汽油桶放在凯特身边，制造凯特纵火的假象。此刻罗伯特终于爬到了2楼凯德的房间，却发现躺在婴儿车里的只有一部手机。
What are you doing?
Equal and opposite reactions. To be honest, it was probably always going to end up this way. I am sorry, Robert. Sorta.
腿脚不便的罗伯特想要逃离这熊熊烈火，显然是不可能了。这时，姑姑终于赶了回来。
And Angela!
Emma, what did you do?
What?
He was right about you.
What are you talking about?
Your dad. My brother, he loved you more than anything, but he was right. You're a monster.
You don't mean that. Dad just tried to kill us!
Sire, what did you do to her? To Robert, what did you do, Emma?
Angela!
姑姑为了救丈夫，冒着烈火闯进了房子里。然而她非但没有将罗伯特救出来，自己也被浓烟呛得头晕目眩，倒在了火海之中。与此同时，艾玛从姑姑车里将凯特抱了出来，伪装成了受害者的模样。
This girl, she tried to burn our house down, please! You gotta go
Right here!
save her!
Right here! Come with me!
这时内森也如期而至，他刚好成为了艾玛撇清嫌疑的人证。
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
故事最后，因为艾玛失去了所有亲人，社区工作人员又为艾玛找到了一位愿意收留她的热心女士。那我觉得这位女士可以叫艾斯特，是不是？影片至此结束。其实看过第一部再看这一部，对艾玛这个小恶魔就没有什么新鲜感了。她之前那种令人毛骨悚然的恶变成了近乎是机械性的套路。或许是上帝视角吧，感觉她作案的手法也并不高明。就比如说电影中谁发生了意外谁要倒霉了，大家基本都能猜到是艾玛谋划的。剧情里呢也没有什么让人眼前一亮的反转，就好像电影在硬生生地探讨一个天生缺乏同理心的孩子能否通过后天的爱与引导得到救赎。而且我觉得结尾有点幽默或者是仓促吧，因为最后艾玛报警说是凯特疯了，来他家纵火，但结果呢，受害人毫发无伤，纵火犯却把自己烧死了，难道不奇怪吗？主角光环的加持有点过于明显了，也可能是为了拍第3部留个影子吧。那么谢谢你的观看，我们下期再见。